Why Did White America Choose Trump? Author Toni Morrison has a few ideas about that. Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome to Social Thoughts with Dr. Nick. And yes, Pulitzer Prize winning author Toni Morrison just published a telling essay in The New Yorker recently. And look, bottom line, she says that white men are becoming increasingly threatened by a quickly diversifying America. And in her essay called Mourning for Whiteness, M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, Mourning for Whiteness, she goes on to say that the traditions and the conviction of white superiority over others is slowly being lost. And that's mainly due to the fact that blacks and people of color are still fighting for equality and actually gaining equality in small steps. So it's like as we gain equality, they lose superiority. So in other words, our gain is their loss. And Morrison continues by saying that this fear of change and this fear of black people and other people of color have led some white people, and especially white males, to engage in some harmful behaviors where they are sacrificing themselves. But Toni Morrison actually wrote, quote, "In order to limit the possibilities of this untenable change and restore whiteness to its former status as a marker of national identity, a number of white Americans are sacrificing themselves. They have begun to do things that they clearly don't want to be doing. They are, 1, abandoning their sense of human dignity, and 2, risking the appearance of cowardice." And she goes on to say that white people, and especially white men, try to hide their fear through daily racist expressions, or my phrase is microaggressions. And at the same time, there are some times where their fear or their cowardice will actually push them to perform an outrageous act, where she writes, quote, "As much as they may hate their behavior and know full well how craven it is, they are willing to kill small children attending Sunday school and slaughter churchgoers who invite a white boy to pray." And then she continues by talking about how people are sacrificing themselves when she writes, quote, "These sacrifices made by supposedly tough white men who are prepared to abandon their humanity out of fear of black men and women suggest the true horror of lost status," unquote. And as she starts to close the essay, she says it's because of those reasons mentioned, and in addition to the imminent collapse of white privilege, which explains why, quote, "that many Americans flock to a political platform that supports and translates violence against the defenseless as strength. These people are not so much angry as terrified, with the kind of terror that makes your knees tremble." And then she brings it right back to the election of Donald Trump, where she says, quote, "On election day, how eagerly so many white voters, both poorly educated and the well-educated, embrace the shame and fear sowed by Donald Trump." So in other words, there you have it. And so as I close this video out, I just want to say the essay was a very interesting read. And if you want to leave a comment, please feel free to leave a comment down the bottom. And on that note, I'm out. You guys have a great day. Stay tuned, and I will talk to you soon. Okay.